We recently talked about the Godox V1 after I had a chance to test out one of their pre-production units, and today we have another one that we're going to be checking out, which is the Godox AD200 Pro, thanks to our sponsor Midwest Photo. Midwest Photo carries one of the largest Godox selections around. If you check out the link in the description, you can see everything they have to offer, including the new AD200 Pro, which we're checking out today, and you can actually pre-order that directly through Midwest Photo. Right now, you can use the promo code GODOXFREESHIP for free shipping on anything Godox, regardless of the price. And if you're in Columbus, Ohio, and you get a chance, you should definitely stop in to check out all the great things Midwest has to offer, from a rental darkroom space, a huge film selection, and all of the latest and greatest gear for photographers and videographers. So the AD200 Pro is sort of a revision of the original AD200, and over the last few years I've been used to using the Explore 600, which is a much bigger and more powerful strobe, though I don't use it at full power very often. So I've always been kind of curious about the AD200 just because it's so much smaller, and it also has a little bit more versatility in terms of being able to swap out different things like the Fresnel head, the bare bulb head, or even their round head, which they now make. So now that the AD200 Pro is coming out, this is kind of the perfect time to make that jump if I'm ever going to do it. So I was excited to test it out over the last few days, and I'm going to kind of share some of the main differences between the AD200 Pro and the original version, as well as some of the photos I've been able to make since I've had it. One thing you're going to get with the AD200 Pro is what they're calling stable color mode, so you're going to get very consistent color all the way across the range from your lowest power to full power, everything at 5600 degrees Kelvin, plus or minus 100 degrees. So if there's going to be any difference at all, it's going to be very, very minimal. You probably aren't even going to notice it, which is a good thing to have. You don't want to have things like your magenta and your green tones kind of shifting back and forth from shot to shot, so it's good to have things consistent. You also get a 9-stop power range, so you have everything from full power all the way to 1/256th power, which is good because sometimes you want to have just a very, very small amount of light, so being able to get an extra stop in there of a smaller or a less amount of light, that's really nice to have. They have a revised and slightly recessed interface with added buttons as well, just to add more functionality, which is nice and make things a little bit easier to kind of navigate through, as well as the on-off switch. They've changed that up in order to make it just a little bit nicer. The USB port has also been updated to USB-C, which is nice. That's sort of becoming the standard, so it's good to see that being adapted to newer models. It does have the same versatility as the original AD200, so if you have different heads for that unit already, those are still going to work on the AD200 Pro. Same battery, all of that is still the same. The flash does have different mounting options all around it with 1/4-20 mounts, so if you want to put it directly onto a tripod or a light stand, you do have that option, although I've been primarily using it with an S bracket, so that way I can use any Bowens mount modifier like my Rapid Box, which I have used for many years now, and I love that thing. I've also been using the Godox X Pro Trigger, which isn't a new trigger, but it is newer than the R2 unit that I was using, which I have now already sold to replace it with the X Pro because this is such a better system than the original R2. It's got a better display, better physical buttons. It's just all around so much better and way more consistent. I am very happy with this trigger. In terms of the performance though of the flash itself, obviously it's great. I was really surprised shooting in broad daylight how much power it could get, even with high-speed sync, which does take away a little bit of the output with your flash if you're using high-speed sync. But I was really surprised by that, and so now it does kind of have me thinking about maybe not replacing the Explore 600, because in a pinch, if I do need that full power, it would be nice to have it, but I think for most scenarios, this is definitely enough power for me. So I'm very interested in this. I'm probably going to be shooting with it a little bit more once it comes out. I'll probably rent it again and do some more testing since I've only had it for a couple of days, but I have been really happy with the output. Just that small footprint is really nice, being able to easily put it in the camera bag with other gear. It's really, really cool. So yeah, big thanks to Midwest Photo for letting me test this out. I'm getting ready to take it back up there now. So if you guys have any questions about this unit itself, please leave them down below in the comments. So thank you guys for everything. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.